Hey guys, James and James Workshop here, and today we're doing another community kit bash conversion video. And obviously we'll quickly define conversion and kit bashing. Kit bashing is more so taking items from other kits and applying them to your model, whereas a conversion is a kit bash, but also can also just mean you're changing the entire model, you're using other bits from other sources, you're printing or whatever, for the purposes of your conversions and kit bashes. Double check where you play at GW official tournaments. I do believe they require 100% or a certain percent of the model to be official GW plastic, so be careful. But most of the models we're looking at are using all GW official bits, so it shouldn't be an issue. And yeah, we're kind of looking at a bit more Age of Sigmar crossed into 40k conversions this video, but there's a mix of other things. So to begin with, we have what's called a Blightlord Paladin. So it's a Deathwing Knight crossed with a Death Guard model Terminator. It's very cool. I like the coloring, but just like how you can just obviously see, it's very basic. He's literally just simply put, he's just crossed over Death Guard models from both Age of Sigmar and 40k. Simple as that, and realistically a very simple kit bash done really, really well. Very nice. And I love the little eyes on the back of the Terminator armor there. I like how big and dominating he feels, and also just what a great paint job. I really find Death Guard stands out when you do a bright theme, especially kind of go contrasting from a somewhat bright but more neutral color into a very bright yellow or very bright neon color of sorts. It really just brings out all the Death Guard features, I guess. I enjoyed that. Very nice. And also, go follow and like everyone's Instagrams, because we're looking at this all through Instagram, just so then you guys can see exactly right here who has made this conversion. This conversion technically is not a real conversion. This is the only one that we are demonstrating that is, I guess, photoshopped. This is a mock-up of one of the new Stormcast release, but he was kind of making a Astaroth the Grim for the Blood Angels. And I remember kind of seeing these when Astaroth the Grim and this new model came out for Age of Sigmar. And I thought it was just an awesome, easy kit bash conversion. All you really need is the right arm of Astaroth and his wings. And the rest is awesome. I always thought this Age of Sigmar model was perfect for Space Marines, and funnily enough, Stormcast are literally Space Marines in every aspect, so very easy conversions. Moving on. Well, everyone loves Lord Solar Leontus. I can't say his name. Regardless, his 40k model, I personally really enjoy it as it is with the robot horse. Not everyone does. So this guy's used the Cities of Sigmar horse and just put on we've made his own Leonardus using the Marshal. Very nice, very simple. Gives me very much World War I vibes. What a great conversion. You really can't tell that it's converted. Honestly, you would see this and think it is natural. Like, this is how GW put it out. And fantastic paint job. And quite often with these kit bashes conversions, if you do a great paint job, you put a lot of time and effort in, you really can't see that it is a conversion in the first place. And sometimes that's what you need to do. What a great job, though. Just the way he's just kind of added a couple. He's used a less is more approach. He's just put this big radio pole. Is it a radio pole? Yeah, just call it a radio pole on the back. He's kept most of the Age of Sigmar stuff on there, and he's just, simply just put the Solar or Lord Solar on there. Very nice. Obviously, I feel like this is a bit of a meme one, but it's just literally an Eldar helmet. I think it's an older Eldar helmet as well, on a Stormcast body. I like this one. I wanted to show it off because sometimes if you're going to be keeping onto a theme, be very thematic, it doesn't matter if it kind of looks a bit wonky or a bit different if it's consistent. And this kind of looks like if you had a whole army of these guys, it would just be a massive bulked up Eldar force. And it could just be a cool idea for you guys if you were doing like an Exodite force or something and you just wanted to lean into the Stormcast models. And yes, we are leaning into these Stormcast models quite heavily at the start just because it's kind of the easiest conversions to do for your own armies, especially Space Marines. And staying on that, once again, another Stormcast, but this one is using Adeptus Custodes as what it's meant to be going into. So realistically, all they've done is change the right and left arm. Trying to double check. Yeah, so basically they put the, at some point they've probably cut it right here into the shoulder pieces, where they've put the dagger from the Custodes captain from the normal box, and obviously the spear, and they just plop the head on, done, easy. And I mean, paint job wise, they're basically the same anyway. Very nice, very good. And he's obviously used the Blade Champion helmet on that one. See, sometimes I know all the individual bits and pieces because I have the models myself. Not all the time though. Moving on, this one comes in 2 parts. So this guy is doing another Lord Solar model. And he even says he's doing a proxy, so I don't believe there's any AOS pieces in here. There may be, but I just like he's going for a completely different approach, and he's calling it a proxy. So basically, he's made something completely different that still kind of fits on theme, and here it is painted. He's just got what? Lord Solar, which is this guy here. Well, that's who it's meant to be. You've got this little guy down here with his axe, obviously. Might be a guard or something, or who the fuck knows. He's got the driver, and he's got like an advisor or someone else there. Very nice job. Just let it do the 1/360 around. Sometimes you just need to go a bit wacky with an idea. You can say, you know what, I don't really like this model at all. I don't like other ways people are converted. I'm just going to make a completely different model, but put one aspect from that model into it so it can be that. So in this regard, he's put Lord Solar, or a model that looks like Lord Solar, on the model, and said, and he will say to his opponents, I've proxied this is that guy. And yeah, and generally rule of thumb is if your model is slightly bigger than the original model, especially if it's a non-shooting model, no one's going to complain. Well. The big Saturine Dreadnought. I think this might be the best Dreadnought model that's been released, and obviously it's a more relatively new Dreadnought from Horus Heresy, and this guy's just Nurgled the absolutely fuck out of it, and he's put a lot of the AOS Nurgle horns on there with some of the Nurglings, and obviously the big banner, the big fly symbol banner. Very nice. Paint job's perfect. Like, obviously this guy is a professional painter of sorts, but you know, realistically, outside of the paint job, he's just basically stuck these things onto the model and probably done a little bit of green stuff here. Can I get any closer? We can. So probably done a little bit of green stuff here, just doing these little roots, or these little this Nurgling rot root stuff coming out. He's also put a little Nurgling flame coming out of one of those other horn things, I think from one of the captains of, or a leader of the, I want to say Death Guard. I want to say it's a Death Guard model. That little horn thing with the blue flame coming out, and another Nurgling, and just kept it really on theme. Great paint job. Fantastic job nonetheless. Next. Well, I wasn't quite sure what this guy was doing. I did read the description, but I was heavily disappointed in my search. I think Cities of Sigmar, all those new AOS human models, have the most amount of flexibility into 40k. You have so many human-based factions in 40k, especially in the Imperium, that they can so easily convert over. And you've got a lot of women models and a lot of male models and a big mix. So I believe this guy's doing a Sister of Battle, or he's maybe trying to turn a Sister of Battle model into a AOS model. But regardless, I thought it was just kind of a cool demonstration of mixing the two worlds with a little bit of green stuff, and you can be really flexible. I do believe, because of the little symbol there and green stuff with the flame, he has made an AOS model, but he is using 40k bits, especially that head. I know that head is a Sister of Battle head. Very nice. But yeah, Cities of Sigmar, fantastic. I really want to do some heavy conversions with them. I am just a bit of a pussy and just do not want to pull the trigger. Oh, man, oh man. I need to zoom out somehow on this one. Oh, I can't zoom out. Regardless, this guy, I'm actually disappointed. I can't show you guys this one very well. This guy, we'll click through it quickly because it's not demonstrating very well. He has made a Kroot of sorts. Oh my god. Sorry. Instagram is being crap. This guy's also really good at converting. But as you can see here, he has done a fantastic job. I do not know what's going on here. Regardless, he's done a fantastic job of making this Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West type Kroot model, where it looks like he's made this really baby version of a Thunderjaw that the Kroot's riding, but obviously he's using all Tau robot bits. It's fantastic. I don't know why Instagram's just being a terrible website just on this guy's pictures. I think he's uploaded them at a much higher res and it's just fucking with everything. Regardless, fantastic model. Go have a look at that. And as a big Genestealer fan, I think Genestealers are the race I've done the most amount of research on and trying to find different ways to convert them. And it always astounds me that I never think of the Seraphon, despite me always wanting the Seraphon to be in 40k. This guy just made a Genestealer out of the Kroxigor. And it looks great. And all he's done to kind of hide some of the features is just make it one of those tentacle face guys, which honestly does a fantastic job. I think realistically, you probably need to do a bit more. And let's just have a quick look. So yep, as I guessed, he has done way more models. And once again, whenever I go on these people's profiles, it just gets fucked up. But as you can see, barely. He's done those tentacle Cthulhu faces, which kind of hides all the details. So it's a good job. I feel like for myself, I would want a bit more conversion if I was going to build an army. But once off, it's a great model. From what you can see, this guy has made a Sanguinor. And this is far better than the Sanguinor that GW released. What a great job. Oh. What a great job. The Sanguinor, as we know, is just such a below average model. And this guy, from what it looks like, he's definitely left the legs on. And the head, obviously. I think he's left the whole torso from top to bottom, and he's just changed the wings and some of the other gear. Just to not make him, when he's like holding out like that with his arms to his side, he's actually made this model something respectable. And it's just a nice thing. And I think there's so many good Sanguinor conversions out there that you should never, outside of maybe getting the actual Sanguinor kit for the bits, if you want the actual bits from that kit, you should never actually make the Sanguinor GW have released because it is a subpar model. Moving on, finally, back to some normal resolution photos. This guy has made a fun AOS themed army, and he has used, what are they called? It's the Caradron. He's made the Caradons, and has used the Votann. That's it. The Votann. The new Votann models, obviously the Space Dwarves, the Squats. He's just made the backwards conversion, still using all their armor, realistically not making many changes other than some of the weapons on some of the models, not even all of them. And he's just made them a more robotic-y, more techy Caradon army. And let's just see what this guy's done. It doesn't have a close-up. I believe he might have done the same here for his army, but does not look like it. Regardless, you know, easy conversion. He's just changed a couple of headpieces. He's changed the guns and boom, easy conversion into AOS. All right. We're coming up on the last couple of models that we're looking at. And it's Seraphon in 40k. And my God, I am so happy I found this guy. And this guy made this, well, the photo we're looking at, he uploaded this 58 weeks ago. This guy, unironically, has made the best Seraphon army conversion in 40k I have ever seen. Like, bar none. The best 40k Slann army. Old ones. There you go. Old ones. The best old one army I've ever seen in 40k. So, obviously, we have a skink here, like a skink priest. And he's just put some of the booster pads from the new Votann hover models and just done some some wacky conversions and put a couple little baby frogs on there. And he just made such a fantastic model. Why does it go together so well? I don't even know what else is done to the armor of the skink, but it just looks so good. But hold there. This guy has a whole army of these. I'm only showing a couple. So go to Natman 82. This guy has a fantastic conversion of this army, as well as multiple other armies. This guy is a fantastic converter and good painter. Look at this. Why does the Votann top half go so well into the Saurus head and legs? Why does it all work so well? He does look a bit funny when you look at his... He looks like a bit of a T-Rex as well because his arms are a little bit shorter compared to the rest of his stature. Why is it so good? Oh my god. And he calls that a Space Slann army. The mighty Sagittarius. Obviously he's used the Sagittarius or whatever it's called from Votann, and he's made the Triceratops. Why is it so good? I love Votann and I love my lizardmen. My god. What a fantastic conversion. And the best part is, he's really not using that many bits from the Seraphon. He's mostly just using Seraphon models themselves, not like getting like the big lizards or the big dinosaurs and using them. He's literally just probably 3D printing a couple bits here and there, but maybe not even. Oh, fantastic. And the Hecatoad Land Croaker, he has the best names as well. So obviously, it's just the Slann transport. It's so fantastic. He's even done the fucking webbed feet on the back legs with different legs that looks like it's going to hop. And obviously, he calls it the Hecatoad because the Hecatan Land Fortress, but the Land Croaker. Oh my god. And obviously, he'd be running this all under the rules of Votann. What a fantastic conversion. I am just stunned. And he's done such a simple paint job, but he's just executed it well. Nice highlights. Minimal colors. He's literally using 3 colors for the whole build. Oh, 4 colors, including the brass, with a wash over some parts. Great job, man. And just because I want to show this guy off a bit more. Oh, he's a bold brother. Yes. I wear my hat in all my videos. Not because I am bold. I shave my head, but just to stop the glare from my head into the camera. This guy's done so many conversions. He's done this whole undead Necron styled conversion. He's done I think we might have shown his models before, maybe in the past. Maybe. I'm not sure. But it looks like he's done a Drukhari Genestealer Cult conversion. Obviously, we've just looked at this. And look how good these models are. The Slann 40k conversion. Look at... What is this guy? I didn't even look this far down. I didn't want to look at them all because I want to look at them all later. Oh, it's so good. And obviously he's got these slithery boys. Oh my god. Why is it so good? And you keep going down. This guy's done so many good things. Go follow this guy. I'm following him right now. He is fantastic. Otherwise, guys, let me know what are some good AOS to 40k conversions you've seen, because I really want to do a conversion squad. I want to say army, but I doubt I'll finish a whole army. At least a squad of my own that's just sick that I can put up. I love my conversions. I haven't done one in a hot minute, so I'm really keen to do one. Let me know what your favorite AOS to 40k conversions are, and hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.